Alright, let's talk about the great liberation. You know the one. The moment you decide to just stop caring. I had this epiphany, probably during my third consecutive hour of staring at a spreadsheet that looked more like a cry for help than financial data. I thought, this is it. This is the secret to enlightenment. Just let go. Stop giving a damn. What could possibly go wrong? I imagined a life of serene bliss. Missed a deadline. Oh well. The world keeps spinning. Forgot to pay a bill. The electricity company will understand. They're people too. Probably. Someone cut me off in traffic. I just smiled benevolently. A modern-day Buddha in a rust bucket sedan. My blood pressure would plummet. My stress would evaporate. I'd float through life on a fluffy cloud of apathy. So primera did. Italiano. Day one of operation. I don't care. My alarm went off. Instead of my usual panicked flailing, I just turned it off and went back to sleep. I woke up 3 hours later. No frantic rush. No cold shower. I strolled into work around noon, holding a half-eaten burrito. My boss looked at me, his face a perfect mask of confusion and rage. I just shrugged. Traffic was a state of mind, I said, and went to my desk. I spent the rest of the day watching videos of capybaras taking baths. It was glorious. For a day. Day 2, the universe decided to test my newfound zen. My landlord called. Apparently, rent is due when you feel like it isn't a recognized payment plan. I told him money is a social construct and I was currently unsubscribed from society. He didn't find it as profound as I did. He used a lot of words I can't repeat, but the gist was pay up or get out. I just hummed a little tune. The cloud of apathy was holding strong. Things started getting weird. I stopped caring about personal hygiene. Why shower? I'm just going to get dirty again. It's a pointless cycle. My colleagues started leaving air fresheners on my desk. Anonymously, of course. I took them as a tribute. My apartment began to cultivate its own unique ecosystem. A pile of pizza boxers in the corner became a high-rise condominium for a surprisingly organized colony of ants. I named their leader generals, so we had an understanding. My social life took a nosedive, which you'd think would be fine for someone who doesn't care. But it turns out, not caring is a spectator sport. You need an audience to not care in front of. My friends would call. Hey, wanna go out tonight? I'd reply, hey. The couch has a stronger gravitational pull. After a few weeks, the call stopped. My phone's silence was deafening. My only companion was General So and his legion, who were now demanding better toppings. The initial bliss of not caring had curdled. It wasn't liberating. It was isolating. It wasn't peaceful. It was just empty. The spreadsheet, I hated. It was a reason to get out of bed. The bills, they were a reminder that I was part of a functioning, albeit annoying, world. The social obligations, they were connections, threads tying me to other humans. One morning, I looked in the mirror. I saw a stranger with greasy hair and a vacant expression, wearing a t-shirt stained with what I hoped was mustard. The cloud of apathy wasn't a fluffy chariot to nirvana. It was a dense, suffocating smog. I had stopped caring about the bad stuff. Sure, but I had also stopped caring about the good stuff. The joy of a finished project. The relief of paying a bill on time. The laughter of a friend. It was all gone, washed away in a tide of indifference. The grand turning point came when my internet was cut off. No more capybara videos. This was the final straw. General So and his army could have my pizza. The landlord could have his threats. But my access to obscure animal videos, that was sacred. It was in that moment of profound digital loss that a tiny, forgotten feeling sparked to life inside me. A flicker of caring. I cared. I cared about the capybara. So I started small. I took a shower. It was surprisingly pleasant. I threw out the pizza boxers. General So was not pleased, but a rebellion was swiftly quelled with a spritz of cleaning vinegar. I called my landlord and set up a payment plan. He sounded shocked. I think he might have shed a single capitalistic tear of joy. I went to work the next day, on time. My boss stared at me. "You're here," he said, like he was seeing a ghost. "Yep," I replied, "and I have some ideas about those Q3 projections." The look of sheer terror on his face was almost worth the whole ordeal. The thing is, they tell you to let it go and don't sweat the small stuff. And that's good advice, to a point, but you can't just unplug from everything. It turns out caring is kind of the whole point. Caring is what makes you try. It's what makes you connect. It's what makes you fight for your right to watch small rodents enjoy a hot tub. Life isn't easier now. It's just as annoying and stressful as it was before. My spreadsheet is still a nightmare. Traffic is still a mess. But it's also full again. Full again. The emptiness is gone. My friends started calling again, cautiously at first. You know. Back they'd ask, and I am. So my grand experiment in apathy was a spectacular failure. I tried to stop caring, and instead of finding peace, I found a new level of chaos I didn't even know existed. I learned that not caring doesn't make your problems disappear. It just makes you disappear. And frankly, I'd rather deal with a menacing spreadsheet than become a ghost in my own life, haunted by an army of ants. It turns out, giving a damn is exhausting, but it's a whole lot better than the alternative. So, if you've ever had a similar experience where trying to make things easier just blew up in your face, I want to hear about it. Drop your story in the comments below. Let's commiserate together. And if you enjoyed my descent into apathy and reluctant return, do me a favor and hit that like button. Share this with a friend who needs a reality check. And please subscribe for more questionable life choices. Thanks for watching.